Okay, in this video we're going to demonstrate our split body tool. We're going to fire this up here in just a second, but first I just want to point out we always start off in a product. We insert the part that has multiple bodies that we want to split out, and then we launch the tool by selecting the Split Bodies tool button. You should see when the tool comes up, it's going to be a little gray box like this. You have the option to select your part. You can pick lower, upper, or strip. These will add a suffix to the end of the part of the body name when they put them out. So sometimes we use this when we're splitting up entire die designs. We'll go in with a detail and we'll have -U, -L, or -S on the end of them for upper, lower, or strip. You also have an option down here to keep link with colors. So if you want the colors of the bodies to come through, you do need to keep a link. And then one more checkbox down here is no rename. So if you want these bodies to come out and be copied and pasted out without renaming, you can do that. I will tell you that there's an exception to this. If you have multiple bodies with the same names, you can get errors with that. So most often we will go in and not do the no rename. However, if you're doing an individual part with subparts in it, nuts, bolts, things like that, and maybe you want those to come out with their actual name on them, you can select this no rename option, and I'll show you what this does, and then we'll come back and do it again and with renaming on it. So we'll just select the part that we want to split up, and then we hit Split Bodies right here, and it says complete. And you can see what that did is that real quickly went out and split each of the bodies that was in a part and made them individual parts now. If we want to hide all those zeros, we can do that right here and just hide all our planes, or search and hide planes, however we want to do that. But what I want to show you is the other alternative, which is what we use most often when we run the split body tool. Is we'll come in and we'll say we're going to split these up and they're going to be lower parts in a die, for example. So then we'll select the part here. We'll leave this no rename unchecked so that it does rename, and we're going to have it rename them in sequential detail numbers starting with 1 here. You can change that start number if you need to, if you have to do multiple die sets or groups. And then we just hit Split Bodies here, and you can see now that made them a 1-L for in the lower, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you also see it rename the bodies inside the individual part. So this is what we find we most often use when we're doing a die design that we're bringing in and splitting up because it came in as a single cat part. Easiest way to do that and get unique individual pieces out of each body that are underneath that. So that's a couple different ways that you can utilize the tool. You play around with it a little bit. I'm sure you'll find it's very easy and simple to use. If you ever get these out here and you need to eliminate the -L, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, you can also go in the Split Bodies tool, leave the rename unchecked, and do not select an option here. And then this is going to take just a detail number out. So if we started at 100 here, for example, and we'll select the same part that we're doing there, and you'll see when we hit Split Bodies here, so now it creates detail 100, 101, 102, 103 with no suffix added on the end of it. It also does rename those bodies inside at the same time when it does that. So there's a few different ways that you can utilize it: with a suffix, without a suffix, without rename.